So today I've got something exciting for you. Dehancer reached out to me and asked if I'd like to do an honest review of their color grading plugin for DaVinci Resolve. They want me to share my unfiltered thoughts, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. We are going to dive deep into its features, see how it holds up in a real-world use, and I will let you know if it's really worth it for your project. Let's get into it. So what makes Dehancer stand out? One of the coolest features is that it can basically turn your footage from an old or basic camera into something that looked like it was shot on Hollywood set. This is thanks to its wide range of film and analog presets. With just a few tweaks, you can transform your video into something that looks straight out of the blockbuster movie. If you're after that classic grainy film vibe or more modern cinematic tones, Dehancer has a preset for it, so there's no complaint. So now let's jump into the DaVinci Resolve and I will show you how it works. First, go to your project settings. These are the recommended settings for color management. If you want to work in DaVinci wide gamut color space, set your color science to DaVinci Color Managed. You should disable automatic color management, set the color processing mode to Rec 709, and then check the option to use separate color space and gamma. Next, for output, set the color space to Rec 709, and then gamma to either Rec 709 or gamma 2.4. Once you've saved these settings, we can move on to building the node tree. The first node will handle noise reduction, cleaning up your footage. Next, you'll add nodes for primary adjustments such as contrast and white balance. After that, you can add CST node if you need to make color space transformations. And finally, a node for the Dehancer plugin. For noise reduction, zoom into the shot to evaluate how much is needed. In this example, there's a little noise, but the footage is relatively clean. A light noise reduction settings around 5 should be good. To reduce strain on your system, deactivate the noise reduction node while working on other adjustments. Next, go to contrast node, switch to HDR wheels, and slightly increase the exposure. As for white balance, similar to contrast, minor adjustments to saturation. Now let's finally add the Dehancer plugin. Open the Effects tab and drag into the Dehancer plugin for the bottom of the list. First, the menus may be fully expanded, which can feel overwhelming. Hold down the Option key and click on any of the menu's titles to collapse. Click on Monitor and enable clipping indications to alert you when highlights or shadows are clipped. This will show a red overlay on highlights and blue on shadows, helping ensure no information is lost. Disable the grain that Dehancer applies by default, we will add it later. Now let's build the look. Start by setting the input to DaVinci Wide Gamut Rec 709 as recommended. Then move on to selecting your film stock. Dehancer offers a wide variety of film stocks, both photographic and motion picture, allowing you to create aesthetics and unique looks. Popular choice is the Kodak Vision 3 series, commonly used in Hollywood films. For example, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, or Star Wars. We will use the Kodak Vision 50D film stock for this daylight outdoor shot. The letter at the end of the film stock name is guide for lighting conditions. D for daylight and T for tungsten. The 50D is ideal for outdoor settings and 250D is ideal for indoor settings. After selecting your film stocks, go to Film Compressions, Control and turn it on. This will compress the highlights and lower the white point for more analog look. Adjust the impact slider to reduce brightness in the highlights. Then move on to the Expand control to adjust the black and white points. Increase the black points to enhance shadows and the white point for contrast. Once you've satisfied, move to the Print section. This feature emulates the Kodak print film, widely used for its pleasing color and contrast. The print section also includes the analog range limiter, which mimics real-life film printing. Use the target white control to set the temperature and adjust the exposure slightly. Increase tone contrast and use the color density control to enhance saturation without giving a digital look. The color density control impacts aesthetically important colors, enhancing them while maintaining a natural look. If artifacts appear, reduce the color density slightly. If the expanse adjustments shift the shot out of the range, go back and tweak the black and white points again. Next, head to color head section for creative adjustments. This is where you will shape the look through split toning. Analyze the shot to identify key colors and use the sliders to fine-tune the hues. In this case, we want to bring out the greens in the scene by adding yellow, then adjust the magenta and green and cyan red sliders to balance skin tones and other key colors. The shadow, mid-tone and highlight tone controls allow you to adjust temperature in a specific luminance ranges. Warm up the shadow slightly, cool down the mid-tones, and cool the highlights a bit to create better color separation. Now let's add film grain. Enable the grain and lower it if you need it. Next, add the bloom effect to create soft glow around highlights. For a subtle result, keep it light. Look for areas like light sources or bright spots where the bloom adds a gentle glow. Adjust until you get the desired softness. I also want to share something cool. Dehancer has an iOS app that brings a lot of the same film emulation features into your phone. It's perfect for quick color grading on mobile projects, and it comes with all the same tools for film grain, bloom and halation effects. So after spending some time with Dehancer, I have to say that it's a really great plugin, and it honestly surprised me how good it is. I've always wanted to make some films, but I didn't have the budget for the high-end expensive cameras. So with this, it might change. And the fact that you can achieve such an authentic film look without needing top-of-the-line equipment is incredible. Another thing that I love about Dehancer plugin is that everything is in one place. So the effects and entire color grading process you can fit in one single node. If you're someone who loves color grading and creating that cinematic film look, I think you should definitely give a Dehancer a try. And if you're interested in, they've been kind enough to offer my viewers 10% off with my promo code. Plus, I get a small commission if you use my promo code, so it's a win-win. But remember, this is an honest review. I only recommend things that I personally find useful. So this is it for this video. I want to thank you all for your support in previous videos. I really appreciate the comments. You can give me a like and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below what do you think about Dehancer. Thank you guys and see you in the next one.